Chidimma Adetshina, who is a Miss South Africa former finalist, decided to throw the towel and step down as one of the finalists who will be taking the stand or the stage on a Saturday the 10th for that coveted crown of the Miss South Africa. We're going to be talking about all that on this video just after the revelations that happened yesterday and that were released by the Department of Home Affairs and all the things that happened leading towards the actual stepping down of this candidate. Dumela Kazi, welcome back to the cafe. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning subby, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. So, Chidimma Adetshina. I have no clue if I should say it is her name because of the things that are happening or that happened or the things that we came or the things that we learned throughout this whole situation that has been happening for a couple of days or weeks right now. Since the Miss South Africa released their finalist, it has been up and down. It has been frenzy on social media. It has been explosions upon explosions. So if you'd like to hear more about this one, please do stick around. Let's get into this video. As you all know that social media has been ablaze for a couple of days or even few weeks from now since the Miss South Africa released their top candidates who are vying for that Miss South Africa crown. So we are talking about serious things right now on this one because this is a very sensitive matter. DHA, who is the Department of Home Affairs, released a statement yesterday. I'm not going to read that statement, but prior that statement, I have done a video that was talking about this matter. You remember that I said Chidimma can actually represent or can we should let her compete because obviously we don't know her story, but at this point of time we know her story or we partially know what is going on because obviously the statement that was released by the Department of Home Affairs, it's all alleged. It has to be proven first in court or more investigation must happen in order for them to have a tangible evidence in order for them to use that evidence if they're thinking of press charges of fraud and all of those things and corruption from their side, which is the people who are helping out with the actual citizenship that the parents or the mom of Chichi received 23 years ago. As we talking about this lady, first of all, this lady is 23 years old. I know on one of the videos I just confused her age. She is 23 years old and all this suspected fraudulent activity that happened was done at 23 years old. So she was an infant, so she did not do that. She did not willingly be in the situation. I don't think if you are an infant you are willing to actually ruin your life like that. But the arrogance leading to these findings was appalling. That was the reason. And also the fact that the family decided to actually request, because this was the request that was done by the family, including the Miss South Africa, for them, for Department of Home Affairs to vet Vanessa or to vet Chichi in order for her to compete at Miss South Africa in peace. Because as you all know, patriots on social media were not backing down. They said she is not going to take the stage on a Saturday the 10th if nothing has been done. So obviously the Minister of Home Affairs came forward leading to this revelation. He came and said that at that particular time, before Miss South Africa and the family who are concerned within this, which is the family of Chichi, they came to actually say that they are giving the Home Affairs to do their thorough investigation in order for Chichi to be cleared and be the citizen of South Africa that she is. At this point of time, if I may say so, she is still a South African citizen. It doesn't matter if her mom is actually implicated in this fraud stuff. This is a very, as I said, this is a very sensitive story. So it says here, because I'm not going to read this whole thing, I'm just going to summarize it. I think by now we have seen it, and also maybe I can include it on my community tabs so that if you'd like to read everything that is written there, you can be able to do that. This is the headline of the statement. Ongoing Home Affairs investigation finds prima facie indications of fraud committed by Chidimma Adetshina's mother. That is what I just summarized right now on this video, as you heard, because we don't need to go through all this thing. As I said, this happened 23 years ago. Someone who was innocent, apparently, allegedly, she might have stolen, Chidimma's mom might have stolen her identity document, which had, when your identity documents gets to be implicated in such nonsense, or it was stolen, you lost your identity document and someone else is using it, your life as an individual gets to be so difficult. That's why I'm saying this is a very sensitive matter. This is a very sad matter, both for the person who lost their ID or got their ID stolen by Chichi's mom, and for Chichi at the same time as well. I'm not sure if she knew about this whole thing or she didn't know about this whole thing. But another thing that is aching me is the arrogance of her family to actually, sorry about that, to actually request the Home Affairs to do thorough or to clear Chidimma's name, knowing exactly, especially the mom, knowing that you actually stole or allegedly stole someone else's identity, and now you threw your own daughter under the bus, because obviously the person who we saw on screens, on social media and everywhere is Chidimma. If she didn't know about this whole thing, she must be very devastated, and she must be asking herself so many questions. The whole identity, you lived a lie for 23 years, and the only time that you find out about this thing is through social media and through a statement that was released by Home Affairs. I just want to quickly run through something else here. This is very interesting because it was something that I wanted to talk about. It is from Times Live, because we may be asking ourselves, what is a way forward, or what is going to happen to Chidimma's citizenship? What is going to happen to her as well? Is she going to get arrested? Is she going to be implicated in this whole thing? Since Department of Home Affairs is they released, when they released the statement, they say they would like to press charges against the parties that are involved in this fraudulent activity. This statement says, this passage says, Miss SA contestant Chidimma Adetshina remains a South African citizen until Home Affairs can conclusively complete its investigation into her mother's citizenship status, and even if any fraud is proven, revoking her identity number would require an extensive legal process. This is going to be a very daunting task to do, because remember, the person who committed this illegal or fraudulent activity is the mom. And that time Chidimma was like 23 years, or it was 23 years ago. She was an infant, so she had nothing to do with this whole thing. But obviously thorough investigation must be done as well, because what we know right now, we don't know if she knew about this whole thing and she is actually acting as if she is fine with the whole thing. And also she did release a statement about her participation at Miss South Africa. As you all know that the Patriotic Alliance, or PA, was actually pushing through to actually stop Chidimma, stop her from partaking at the Miss South Africa on Saturday. They were going straight to the court for all that, and obviously I think that is the reason why Chidimma decided to take a bow and leave without implicating herself too much, or without anything. This is a statement that was released today. It says, "I would like to start off by thanking everyone who has stood beside me right from the start of my Miss South Africa journey. I am really grateful for all the love and support I have been shown. Being part of Miss South Africa 2024 competition has been an amazing journey. However, after much careful consideration, I have made a difficult decision to withdraw myself from the competition for the safety and well-being of my family and I. With the support of the Miss South Africa organization, I live with a heart full of gratitude for this amazing experience. I would like to take this opportunity to wish my fellow finalists all of the best for their remainder of the competition. However, whoever wears the crown represents us all. Chidimma Vanessa Onwe Adetshina." So this is what she actually wrote. I believe on my side, this is my take. I believe on my side, this is a statement that was done by Miss South Africa, and they actually gave it to her to actually release the statement as it is. I can read between the lines that this is definitely not the statement that she anticipated to actually post on social media. I don't believe that this is her own say at all. I just believe that Miss South Africa threw her under the bus and said, you know what, you need to step down, and this is what we need to actually, this is what you need to actually say when you get to that social media. And also, guys, I feel like this statement is so arrogant and so blinded, and it lacks reality. There is no reality that is happening here. And also on top of it, when I'm saying arrogance, the safety of her family as well as herself on her side. And also, let's not lie here, she did not withdraw, she just had no choice, and she got caught in the act because of her parents or because of her mom. She got caught and she had nowhere else to go, and she had to bow out of the competition. Otherwise, if she had any choice, I think she would have gone through and partake in this competition. And even if Mackenzie, or even if PA was pushing for an interdict, or was pushing for the court to actually stop Chidimma from partaking at the Miss South Africa. And also, when she says that the safety of her family, I mean, honey, if there was anything that would have happened to you, it would have happened a long time ago, especially when the South Africans were very agitated that the Minister of Home Affairs was saying that they are not going to investigate until someone comes forward with a rigid or with a tangible information or proof that you are not a South African. So you can just imagine the high emotions that we're going through, especially to people who came out with this information. They would have done anything on your side. And also on top of that, I believe that if your mom is charged with fraud, there is nothing to be protected there. Your mom is the one that should be taken away and be locked. Actually, the whole family should be locked behind bars because they are not good for the community. As as you all know that if you lose your ID and someone else is using it, then your livelihood doesn't move, doesn't do anything. You cannot find job, you cannot go to school. Whoever was a child at that time who is a victim of the same mother that you actually protecting here on this statement, and the same parents that are your family that you actually protecting in this statement, that you think that someone would do something to them, is just absurd, because as I said, it would have been done long time ago if it was like that. I'm not saying that South Africa is not a violent country, but this is reaching, this is pushing too much, and this is acting as if you are a victim. Yes, you are a victim of your mom. You are not a victim of anyone else outside your family. Your own mother and your own father failed you from the beginning. There is nothing else we can do on our side as patriots, as people who believe that each and everyone who's in South Africa should be documented legally. We don't care. We just want all the people that are implicated in this matter, including the people that were part of the syndicate that is selling the actual IDs. And I'm just gonna move a bit out of this topic. Do you know, guys, the people at Home Affairs charges for per person, if they're selling a certain thing, they charge you anything between 1,000 rands to 10,000 rands, and it can go as high as 40 to 50,000 rands. So it is a lucrative business for the Home Affairs. So from now on going forward, I feel like each and every citizenship and each and every thing that has to do with Home Affairs needs a thorough audit. We need everybody to be audited at Home Affairs, because there's a lot of things that happened. As you all know that in 2012, that is not long time ago, in 2012, the actual crime and corruption and fraud was at its peak at Home Affairs. It was it was at its highest, one of its highest, because I feel like it is a wave when it comes to Home Affairs. There's a lot of things that are happening, and also I want to actually clearly state this one. I don't think South Africans are xenophobic. I think South Africans that are actually vocal about illegal immigrants, they are frustrated, and the frustration can go to either any illegal immigrant or anyone that they believe that they are illegal immigrants, because the government fails to listen to people. And also the arrogance of a Department of Home Affairs before they release this statement, I was like, my jaw was dropping on the floor when he said that they need proof. I mean, why do we have the anonymous landlines, the tip-offs lines, the tip-offs numbers, if we will have to be police and bring evidence in order for the actual department to investigate irregularities within the Home Affairs? Like, where should we complain? Where should we actually raise issues that are a problem to us? If something happens here because of an illegal immigrant, that will mean that that person won't be found, because they are not documented. They don't have name. There is no trace for that person. Right? That is just like that. And in another passage that was here says that because we need to go through these things, guys, in order for us to move on from this whole thing. It is too much. Okay, it's not a passage that I want to read. There was something that I wanted to talk about here. We spoke about it at the beginning. Now, since Chidimma's mom and Chidimma's dad are both not South African, so that means Chidimma is not South African. We spoke about it, that it's gonna be a very daunting and a very difficult thing to do, to strip off Chidimma's citizenship. and also on her side, she can apply for naturalization in order for her to be a legal citizen of South Africa. But there's a lot of things that will have to change in her whole life. I'm just thinking that there is a lot of things that will have to happen in her life in order for her to move on. She is she is a student. She passed matric. There's a lot of things like is she even Chidimma? Is it her name? Is that legit her name? Like, yo. Anyway, thank you so much for watching until this far. Was just a free range, let's call it a free range speech, a free range talk on my side, but you are welcome to actually drop me your comments down below and let me know what you think, what should happen from now on. Are we actually, let me say, are we going to get more information about this whole thing, or now it's going to be under wraps in order for them to do their thorough investigation? And also, if they decide to press charges, they're going to arrest the parties without us knowing. But I've got a feeling that we will get information, since this is already out in the open. So we will definitely follow up as citizens of South Africa in order for us to know what is going on. Anyway, thank you so much for watching till this far. Please do let me know what you think on the comment section. I'll see you on my next upload. Have a fantastic one. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Peace out.